What's up, guys? Hello. So this is it. This is the Blackberry Priv. Privilege, privacy. I didn't know that's what Priv stood for, but now I know. I don't think it's an ugly box. It's just a lot of Blackberry logo. So there you go. Anyway, let me try. Alright, so this is the Blackberry Priv that I bought. This came from, well, I bought it from Blackberry. I did not buy it from the carrier, which I was told, not told, but that's what I've heard is the way to go, is to just buy it from Blackberry. I pre-ordered it a little while ago, and here it is. But this is going to be my actual, honest first impressions of it, because I've never held one. I didn't get any hands-on time. I've never actually messed around with the Blackberry Priv before. And I can tell you, it's been a while since I actually messed around with any Blackberry. So yeah, this is my honest first impressions on it. On the back, it just talks about Blackberry a little bit. I pre-ordered, what is this, the base model, so I'm guessing 32 gigs. But I'll just go ahead and check it out and see for myself. Here we go. Nice little shape to it. It's telling me the SD card and SIM card are both up at the top. Expandable storage. I know that makes some people happy. Oh wow, that is grippy. And a little sticker on the lens. Pro tip, don't leave that on when you want to take pictures. There's your 18 megapixel camera with Schneider optics, not Zeiss optics. I know a lot of people like that Zeiss name, but there you go. And here comes the screen protector. God, that's a nice sound. That is a nice sound. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright. We'll get to this in a second. Let's go for the rest of the stuff in the box. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of impressions. A little bit of paperwork. I'll look through it. I'm guessing I won't really use that too much. 12 months of Blackberry support. That's nice. Appreciate it. Protection plan. That'll work too. What kind of charger is it? Regular USB. So, SIM card ejector tool. More paperwork. You do get headphones. That's nice. Blackberry logo on everything. Just to remind you, you're not using any old Android phone. And the charger. Want to look at the headphones or no? I guess we'll look at the headphones. Might as well. Some very... Told you they put the logo on everything. There's a Blackberry logo on literally everything I've opened in the box so far. That is the headphones and the extra tips. Little microphone on it. Okay. Alright. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. But that's not what you're here for, is it? This is Blackberry Priv. Again, there's your front logo right on the front. It's pretty clean, not gonna lie. Looks clean on the front, and this mechanism is nice and springy. That's kind of what you expect out of a slider. It's been so long. And I'm telling you, I said this at the beginning, but this back is grippy. Android 6.0? No, this does not launch with Android 6.0. That's oddly satisfying. How does the side feel? The side is also pretty grippy. This is not a phone you'll need a skin for, I'll tell you that right now. The side is flat and the side is grippy. Right up at the top, your expandable storage and your SIM card tray. Or that was backwards, but there you go. And the keyboard. It's like a magnet to the keyboard. Let's turn it on. I'm guessing this middle button. Is that the power button? Do I not have battery? I hope I have battery. Oh, by the way, so this is the USB 2.0 at the bottom and the headphone jack at the bottom. Headphone jack. So the top is pretty clean except for the storage and a little mic. Let's try one more time. Oh, we got it. Blackberry. I don't know. That's satisfying. As much as I probably won't use the keyboard all that much, that is satisfying. What kind of boot animation are we going to get on an Android Blackberry? I was typing on the keyboard. So far, it's alright. I haven't really used it yet. I am periscoping on an iPhone 6s. Blackberry. Super huge with the keyboard out? Yeah, this phone is tall with the keyboard out. Let me compare it actually to another phone. I have a pretty tall phone here. Well, with the keyboard in, it's a little bit shorter than Nexus 6P. But with the keyboard out, it's huge. It's pretty much taller than any other phone, right? But that's because the keyboard's out. Anyway, we're still booting. What else? Yeah, I don't know. Is it thin-ish, or does that keyboard make it thick? It's actually pretty thin for a slider. I know sliders don't usually have the thinnest build, but you can see the mechanism here slides out sort of from the top like that. And there we're getting some Blackberry and some Android, right into Android. So there you go. Edge display? Yeah, it kind of feels like, as much as it doesn't curve over, but the display is definitely curved at the edges. And that's pretty neat. I don't have a SIM card for it yet. I wonder if I can use the keyboard right off the bat. Too heavy? No. It's nicely weighted. I think it's nicely weighted. In fact, the first time I flipped it out was the worst, and then every single time I flipped it out, I've been more and more used to it. I'm trying to figure out, what will you do when you're holding it? Will you flip it like this? Sort of like from the speaker? Because you have a front-facing speaker at the bottom here. I guess you'll sort of flip it up like that. That seems to be... I don't want to have to do it with two hands every time, so it's probably going to be like that. Alright, let's log in. And let's log in with the real keyboard. Oh, by the way, okay. I should show you. Blackberry keyboard. You can get that Blackberry keyboard too on other phones. But that's a software keyboard. And then hardware keyboard. So I'm going to put in my Wi-Fi password. Oh man. Numbers, symbol, symbol. I'll tell you what, that is satisfying. That clickiness, that slide out. It's not heavy. I actually think it's weighted pretty well for what it's doing. How is typing with the keyboard? So far, so good. It feels like your classic Blackberry keyboard. There's not a lot of travel with the keys. It's a sort of a thin chiclet style, and you'll get a little bit of that audible feedback from it being a physical keyboard, but it's not going to be anything crazy special. And then we get Android checking connection. But yeah, it's a Blackberry, by that Blackberry logo up top, and Android. System update. Alright, go ahead, do it. What else do you guys want to know? That it's ugly? I don't know if it's ugly, maybe with the keyboard out. I don't know, it's about as good looking as you can get. Are the keys kind of mushy? No, they're clicky, they don't travel very far. Stock Android? I would say it's essentially stock Android. I don't know if it's not really a skin, so it's got some add-ins, but it's basically stock Android. Speaker, yeah, so here's the speaker right here on the front, this front bar. I haven't heard anything through them yet, but I'm glad to see it's facing me. I'm glad about that. And I really like the back of this phone right now. I am digging the clean back. Display quality? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Like I said, it sort of curves right up to the edges there. The display itself doesn't go over the edge, but the front glass curves nicely. Anyway, it's restarting. I'm going to answer some more questions since the unboxing is over. What else do we want to know about this Blackberry? Screen run edge to edge. The screen itself doesn't go to the edge, but the front cover glass, I think it makes it look a lot prettier. See with this black, all black look? I don't know if it comes in any other colors, but I would definitely recommend black because of that look. The glass goes right up to the edge. Home button, I'll see when the screen is on. It should be software home buttons right at the bottom here like a normal stock Android phone. How many megapixels? It's an 18 megapixel camera, and that's the only spec I have. But there you can see that right on the back. It's not going to focus, but little camera hump. It's not a little camera hump, it's a big camera hump. Yeah, I don't think you're going to need a skin for this. Yeah, 18 megapixels. I don't know the name of the sensor. I don't know who makes this sensor. I have not taken any pictures with it yet. This is, like I said, my first time even holding this phone ever. Does it feel awkward to hold it and slide it out to my ear? Yeah, it doesn't feel awkward though. That's the thing. If anything, it feels more balanced when it's slid out. Maybe just because the weight is spread more out, it feels a little bit lighter. And then when I pull it down, I'm just kind of grabbing the bezel here and pulling it down. I'm getting used to it slowly. I'm sort of grabbing this metal lip. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. It feels pretty good. NFC, I bet it has NFC. How's the build quality? It's solid. The one thing that doesn't look all that premium is these buttons on the side. And there's also a couple extra buttons, so I'll figure out what those do. But the build quality overall seems pretty nice, especially because of this grippiness. I'm a big fan of how grippy this phone is. I wish more phones were like this. Is it springy? Yeah, it's definitely springy when you slide it. It's funny how we're kind of like revisiting the whole slider mechanics thing. Like my first phone review ever was the Motorola Droid. And that was one of the things we talked about in the review. Like, well, it's a pretty springy mechanism and it's pretty thin for a slider. And the travel on the keyboard, all these other things we never talk about on phones anymore, is going to have to be a thing we address again with this video. Palm Pre, I didn't even touch a Palm Pre. Is it easy to press the keys? Yeah, let me... Obviously, I don't have any feedback on what I'm typing because it's restarting, but I feel like this is an average BlackBerry keyboard. It's nothing too special, honestly. A little bit of audible feedback, it's fine. It's restarting. What's the charging port? It's a micro USB 2.0, no USB-C or anything fancy. Bend gate? I'm not about to bend this. Are you kidding me? What do you do with old phones? Do you donate them? I keep them around for usually about a year before I either sell them or donate them. Is a mechanical keyboard faster than the on-screen keyboard? That's going to be up to you to decide. If I end up getting used to the mechanical keyboard, then yeah, I'm going to start using it more. But for some reason, I doubt that. I'm really good with software keyboards now. Anyway, what else? Yeah, that's about it for the box. That's the Blackberry Priv. It's not a removable battery. The back is sealed in as far as I can tell. It looks like it. Big old Blackberry logo on the back. Blackberry logo on the front. Android starting up again. Earpiece, front-facing camera. Yeah. What else? Gorilla Glass? Yes, I'm sure. AMOLED or IPS? Oh, I don't know. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I don't know yet. All right. Again, setup process. BlackBerry has a nice logo. Well, it's a thing. Is that a nice logo or is it just a logo? It's a logo. I don't really mind it. I don't think you need the whole text of BlackBerry up there, though. I mean, I know it's nice and it would just be a blank space, and I know you'd love to put your logo there, but this is what it looks like exposed up at the top. It's like this metal and then a plastic bit at the top. Your FCC stuff. I'm getting really used to sliding it up and down, and I've only held it for like 3 minutes. You need a stylus? Oh, you might have to go to a different BlackBerry if you need a stylus. Do you reckon the slider will last or break after a while? That's the other thing that we used to talk about with these slider phones. Motorola Droid, it was like, yeah, it's a nice slider, but is this hinge gonna break after I slide it 10,000 times? I don't even know what kind of frequency I'll be sliding this thing up and down if I use the keyboard a lot. Maybe I'll figure it out, but so far it seems pretty solid, and the springiness, if it doesn't wear out, is cool too. Haptic feedback, I haven't had any of that yet since I used the physical keyboard. That heater dough. Which phone are you using a Periscope? This is an iPhone 6s to Periscope. I bought this from BlackBerry, but I'll be putting an AT&T SIM card in it. compare the size. Here, I'll do the 6P size again. Sort of, it's a little bit smaller than the 6P when it's closed. As you would expect, it's a smaller display. But when you extend it, this phone is tall. But you're using the keyboard, so it doesn't feel like super tall. All right, I'm going to use the physical keyboard to put in my email address real quick. Oh man, that's actually, where's the @ symbol? I have to learn these symbols. Symbol. Maybe I'll find it in the software on. There we go. There is haptic feedback now that I'm using the software keyboard. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to set this up now. I'm going to start using it. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Christmas-themed, ultimate-themed red and green sweater. But that's been it for this Periscope. I'm just cracking into this for the first time, and I'm liking the hinge, honestly, for the first time using a BlackBerry. We'll get more into this, of course, in the review. There's no fingerprint scanner, nothing crazy like that. A little bit of weight to it. I'm liking it. Thank you for watching this unboxing stream, Periscope thing. And I'll catch you guys in the next Periscope or the next tweet or the next video or something like that. All right. Later, guys.